All right, so what's up, guys? I'm gonna start off by saying that basically after watching that game, I think that was just the bottom line for all of us. I think if not, you might have reached the bottom line a couple games ago, or a couple coaches ago. If anything, this was the bottom line for me, and it might have been the bottom line for most people. And there's nothing we can do, which is the sad part. We can keep tweeting, we can keep doing all of this, but the god awful board that we fucking have in this stupid ass fucking club it's just trash, and they're not going to do anything regardless. Let me just start off by saying I'm not no bandwagon of Barcelona. I've been a Barcelona fan since I was in my country of birth. I was like what 4 or 5 when I started watching games. Um, and we've had bad times, right? Every club has a drought, maybe that you can't win anything or whatever, and we've had bad times, right? But we always seem to play well, at least from what I can remember. This is me speaking personally. I'm only 22 years old, so there's definitely a lot of games that I haven't seen, but I have seen a lot, and especially in recent years. And we've had great players, great Xavi, Iniesta, youth academy players, Puyol, Valdez, a lot of amazing players, and it's just over the years, we've gone over the Iniesta Xavi part somewhat, right? Somewhat. I think really when we started going just downhill, 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 was when Iniesta truly left. He was the last player that we really just had, and he left. He left. I'm pretty sure Iniesta and Xavi could still be playing. Maybe not Xavi, but maybe Iniesta could still be playing. Maybe coming off the bench, playing now and then. I think it just shows you really the how the club and the board treats our own players or their own players, I guess you can say. But basically, we're all furious at this point. I am. Oh my god! Like, we tied against Atletico Madrid, and that's a great team. Obviously, have a great coach and great tactics and everything. They play very well, and I'm not even going to discuss VAR because that's god awful. I'm not going to discuss La Liga because they are complete utter trash and should just be getting. I don't even care. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about that. The point is, at the end of the day, it comes down to us scoring fair, the players and the coach scoring fair goals and having an actual tactic in mind. I'm recording this as a one take, so I don't care what I say. I'm trying not to curse as much or try not to say things that I'm gonna regret. But anyways, I'm gonna just go off of saying things from what happened in this game. Basically, I think the lineups. I think it was an interesting lineup, and of course, lineups. The coaches have the right to choose their starting 11, and so I think it wasn't a bad lineup to say the least. It wasn't bad. In my personal opinion, I don't think it was a bad lineup, but in the first 20, 30 minutes, we saw clearly the players that needed to be taken off immediately were Suarez and Vidal. To be fair, Vidal in the second half he did improve a bit. But regardless, Suarez should have. If I was the coach, I would have taken off Suarez in the 35th minute or something. Just take him off. He's god awful. He was great against Celta Vigo. He tried his best, but this game he was clearly not on it. And I guess I'm not even gonna talk about those VAR decisions, right? I think in all, VAR decisions were fair. I just don't think they're not applied to everyone in the league, to say the least. What the fuck was I gonna talk about, man? Okay, so first half, right? We come to the conclusion that it's what was it 1-1 or something? I honestly cannot even remember. But anyways, it was tied, I think, and then great, right? You realize Suarez is trash. He's fucking old, and then you don't take him off. City end doesn't take him off. You're like, okay, cool. He might take him off maybe 50th minute and maybe 60th minute. No, he never takes him fucking off in the fucking first place. 90th minute, Griezmann comes on. 100 million transfer to our club. How do you think that's gonna happen? How do you think that's gonna affect a player with his not only his mentality but the way he plays? 90th minute, right? And those what was it? Last four minutes of added time. that were given, the team seemed more energetic just a little bit. And you brought Setien brought in what was it? Ansu Fati in like the 85th minute. Oh my god. I think I speak for all of us, if not most of us. We were extremely happy. I was extremely happy. I was in class when they announced at the end, and I was extremely happy. And we were all just pressed, excited. We were like, "Yes, this philosophy is coming back." And sure, it doesn't necessarily have to be tiki taka, just one touch, two touch passes, right? But we cannot play god awful like this. And I am not necessarily taking everything on Setien. I'm not blaming everything on him, because I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the players and the amount of power that they have. And over the last few games, it is clear how much power these players have. And no disrespect to Messi. I mean, now he's gonna fucking watch this anyways. But he's an amazing player. We all know. Congratulations to his 700 goal. But I feel like he's just leading this whole team. He's basically the coach of this team, and he leads Suarez, who is essentially his puppet. And then he has Rakitic and Piqué. Piqué he's still decent, right? But obviously he's not going to be the player for an amazing player for a couple more years, even for a few more months, even a year from now. Oh my! And Jordi Alba, another one that's just part of that group. And I think Vidal has established himself as one of those players as well. And I think Valverde wasn't scared to take off maybe Vidal or exclude him off from there. But I think just at the end, it's just falling into not only the board's pressure, but also the players' pressure as well. And it's just evident at the end, he wasn't really doing anything. He was just letting the players do whatever they wanted to do. And at the end of the day, this is just a god awful club. And I hope the new elections will next year help us out a lot. So at the end, I'm not sure if he's gonna keep his job or not, and I'm not sure if the Barca B coach is going to come in. But regardless, I feel like Setien and Edes Arabia and his whole coaching staff, I feel like they deserve better than our club, and that comes a long way. That says a lot. That says a lot from us, and I think that even Valverde, right? I think he should have left. Obviously, he should have left for last year, 2 years before that. Barcelona fans have been through hell. But anyways, I think they all should. I think he didn't leave because obviously it's Barcelona, so he's not going to leave one of the biggest clubs in history and in the world at the moment. And so I think it's very important that the board didn't take any sort of pressure at all, and the players at all did not say one thing about him. And it is ridiculous because now you see at the end trying to make changes. It is Arabia talking, criticizing the players because that's what coaches do, and then they're furious. They're like, let's play our own way, whatever. Honestly, this club is just going downhill. We're trash. I hate this board. I hate these players. How are we expected to play every 3 games, and all of our players are basically over 30, and they're all about to retire and can't even run. Vidal can't even run. Jordi Alba can barely run, and that's the only thing that he has left. Obviously, Jordi Alba is fucking rapid, but I'm just saying. Busquets couldn't have run at the beginning of his career, but that's not his purpose, right? And Vidal just gets tired. Suarez isn't even gonna walk at all. Messi's not gonna defend. He doesn't have to, obviously, but still. And then it's awful now. It's just yeah. I don't know who's gonna watch this, but let me know what you guys agree. And we can be mad at Real Madrid that they get all these calls favored to them, sometimes or most of the time. But at the end of the day, it's on us. It's on our players. It's on our coach. It's on our board. The whole club itself. No wonder all of these great, amazing youth academy players leave. They're just seeing what's going on in the actual club themselves. They're not gonna get any opportunity. I'm extremely grateful Fati got in, and I'm extremely grateful Ricky Puig is getting some actual game time. I was excited that he started. He was our best player. He's been our best player by far the last 3 games, and it's ridiculous. And it's just Um, yeah. Just let me know what you guys think, and that's goodbye to the title hopes for this year. I bet money on anything that we win nothing. So, um, yeah.